It's Tingle and Co.
All right. Good morning and welcome in here on this Monday morning as we get the week started here from our Southern Regional Medical Center studios. Shout out to Charles Harvey, Jason Ramazan, and the team here at Southern Regional as they house our show every single day, Monday through Friday, from 8-ish a.m. to 10-ish a.m. We'll give you 2 hours of content regardless of when we start. We appreciate all of you.
10 hours yesterday.
We did 7 hours yesterday, a couple hours on Friday to make up for a lack of shows last week. Obviously, last week we rolled out after Wednesday. No shows on Thursday or Friday morning because I was in Lake Charles. Sadly, left Lake Charles at about 9:30, 10 a.m. Friday morning due to a loss to Ruston High School. Congratulations to Zachary, Ruston, obviously ourselves, Central High School, and Denham Springs, who are in the Final Four there. But Ruston and Zachary battled it out in the championship on Saturday. But we gave you a watch party Friday night and then last night for some LSU baseball. And that was all brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel, as well as this morning. FanDuel brings you our show every single day. And they also give you great lines where LSU was favored by a run and a half yesterday still. After the two losses on Friday and Saturday, LSU still favored. And there was some money line cash as well. I think there were plus on the money line. And with that, you could have made yourself some money.
I did. I parlayed a little over with the wind blowing 45 miles an hour out.
How about the over all 3 days?
It went 9 to 11 to 13 and a half.
And
cash, I took it every cash. Cash.
There you go. Shout out to our friends over at FanDuel. Shout out. As that's all possible with FanDuel Sportsbook, the FanDuel Sportsbook app, or go to the website. But they bring you our show every day, and all the special things like watch parties that we do is brought to you by FanDuel. You see it in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Make sure you download that app or head over to the website.
Look at that.
Lloyd showing off cash.
That's a lot of green.
That's a lot of green. Shout out to our friends over at FanDuel. The blue app. It's blue. You'll see it. A lot of the other ones, they got a lot of green associated with it.
I was talking about cash.
Click the blue one, and you'll get some green into your pockets. Big time. Shout out to FanDuel. It brings you our show every single day. But we'll start there.
That was exciting to see.
There was a lot. Yes, there was a lot that happened over the weekend since we last spoke to you. LSU men's basketball obviously lost on Wednesday out of the SEC tournament. Didn't cash on that one as LSU was 7.5-point dogs and covered. As it was, they lost by 5, I believe, in that game on Wednesday, which was the end of this season for LSU men's hoops. And obviously there's a lot of discussion about that and what you may see in the coming weeks. After that, you obviously had LSU baseball this past weekend where they lose their opening SEC series to Vanderbilt 13-12 in walk-off fashion on Friday, 11-3 on Saturday, and then get the win 16-9 yesterday over the Commodores in Nashville. Lloyd, I will give you the floor here. Go day by day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, your thoughts each day. Because I thought as much as it sucked on Friday that you lost, you did a lot of things to be able to win that game. There were some shining moments in that game. Saturday, not so much. Sunday, very, very nice win, especially offensively. Your thoughts from the 3-game slate over the weekend?
Certainly deserved to win, maybe 2. But I felt like Friday was the first real actual gut punch. Like the one time that you had an opportunity. You were LSU. Like usually you come into those games whenever you make the comeback and you put up a 2 spot to be able to, or get a 2-run lead, then you have Gavin Guidry come in. Like that's your formula for success, right? Like that's what it's been this year. And then for that to backfire on you, I guess, you have Gavin Guidry come out in the 8th and it was electric. 96 on the gun. You saw him like talking mess. Like,
dude, dropped the hammer on the strike.
It was everything that you wanted to see. It was just an inning too early.
Right.
And then you go into the 9th and inevitably get netted.
You get 2 outs
and you just hang one.
Yep.
But that was one of the. I thought that would have been like a kind of almost a launching pad.
Right. For
the squad to be able to get one and maybe sweep. And then Saturday, you just got beat.
Yeah, no, straight up.
You had and for the entire weekend, you had no starter go more than 5 innings, which is what we thought was a strength coming into the weekend was going to be Casey Evans,
your only strength,
Cooper Moore,
really,
and Guidry.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that any of them pitched poorly. What did I say?
Guidry.
Yeah, well, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey Evans, Cooper Moore,
William Schmidt.
All 3 of which you thought would be able to kind of extend and get you into a spot where, but that ballpark playing the way that it did, the wind blowing the way that it was, eventually you just had to mash. And you saw Jay make the adjustment with the lineup on Sunday to put in more bats to be able to help
Pearson at third.
Yep, which I think was a good play. I think we'll see more of that as opposed to first.
Yeah,
but overall, like I mean, you're in the SEC. And
you're one pitch away from winning the series.
Exactly.
Ultimately, I mean, there's many ways to look at it. Obviously, they are still inconsistent. There are still issues. I mean, you look at Friday, you very easily can win that game, and you could say should win that game, even with the fact that you gave up 11 walks. I mean, that you walked 11 guys and you allowed Vandy to go up 10-4, but you battled back, you got in position, and you got to a place where it's hard to not feel confident, right? You get back up in that game, you're winning, you're ahead, and Gavin Guidry, is on the mound, right?
It makes you sick.
Where you're winning with Guidry on the mound to close that thing out, it's hard not to feel confident. And it's one pitch. He hangs the breaking ball, and it gets sent into the disgusting nets out in the outfield, and you lose that game. That rolls in to Saturday, where literally, I mean, you just couldn't hit the ball. I mean, your Saturday guy goes 4 innings, theirs goes 7, and he strikes out 10 of your guys. You know, like it. You just weren't able to get the offense moving. But I think that's the biggest thing for me coming out of the weekend, because there are positive takeaways as well, but I'll say from the negative side, is that your starters weren't able to extend at all. And it put a lot of pressure on the guys to come in after him. You have Evans who didn't extend the game. He went 3 1/3. Mm-hmm. Moore only goes 4 innings and leaves a tough spot for the guy that comes in after him as the bases were loaded. And then Schmidt last night, and I didn't think Schmidt was bad whatsoever. I did obviously see the report put out by, I believe it was Cokie Riley, that there was some back tightness for Schmidt, that Jay had noticed. He was kind of living up in the zone and kind of missing high, and then you could tell he was protecting. And Jay had a quote that essentially said exactly that. He said, he started to miss up in the zone, and I thought he was protecting it a little bit. That guy's health is the key to my life for the next 18 months, so it just wasn't really worth it. And I completely agree. I mean, he's not wrong whatsoever. His life is in that young man's hands for the next year and a half. And so he made the decision to protect his pitcher, because I didn't think Schmidt was bad last night. I thought Schmidt was dealing.
But then I think Wyatt kind of noticed it also, where it was
something was off.
Something was off, and you could see, I guess, now having that information makes sense, because it was a little bit of protection. Even though he pitched well, you wouldn't have been able to tell if you didn't know now. But there was an oddity in how he performed, because Will Schmidt's just an oddball to begin with.
Right.
But to hear that, I guess, makes more sense than it does to not hear that. You know, like, it felt like he had to say something. but still not a quality start, but a good performance.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I mean, I think the only things that are really concerned is he'll give up the homer. Like, that's what you saw from him. Like, he will give up the fastball if he relies on it too much. It'll turn into a homer. It just so happened it was 2 solo shots off of him yesterday. And so it was good to see him still look consistent and what he is.
I'll take that from Schmidt.
Of course, especially on a Sunday. You're in a great spot. And the mistakes their Sunday guy made to start the game, it gave you a lot of cushion. You score 4 in the first, 2 in the second. But ultimately, another positive I saw from the weekend was on Friday, and that was Zach Cowan. The only reason you're able to come back in that game and put yourself in the position to feel like you should win it is because Zach Cowan came in and dealt. For what, he went 3 innings, 2 1/3 or 2/3. Remember how long Cowan went in that game, but you aren't able to come back and feel like you have a chance to win or take the lead if it's not for Cowan and how he performed.
Cowan goes 3 1/3, gives up a 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, faced 11.
Huge.
Huge. That really was it. That's what carried you because Coop came in, 4 pitches. 23 pitches, 4 walks, 4 earned, 4 runs on, didn't record an out. And then Newt comes in for 2, gives you 2/3 of an inning with 1 hit, 2 walks. The walks killed you, but we also did notice this while we were doing the watch party. It was a bit of a zone that was...
Oh, squeezed.
It was squeezed.
Yeah.
But what Cowan gave you, it was a lot of down in the zone that was chased because that's what the changeup does.
Right.
Whenever it's on, that slut pitch is delightful when it works. Could have won that game. But, I mean, when you go through it, they had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 19. There was 20 walks in the ball game on Friday.
11 by LSU, 9 by Vandy.
Mm-hmm. It seems to be a skill issue.
Right.
From the umpire.
From the umpire.
How long do you want to be there? Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
it was 4 hours yesterday,
this
too.
game over with. Right.
Which I love. Like, there's nothing else I want to do other than watch LSU play baseball, but... And then to see the comparison from going from LSU baseball...
That was the most jarring part, was going from watching the umpiring, especially behind the dish in the college game, to watching the World Baseball Classic where it's the best of the best.
On point.
Until
he wasn't.
The last pitch of the game.
Yeah, well, yeah, get me out of here.
Yeah, gotta get out
America,
of there.
I'm American.
But ultimately, LSU loses the weekend series. Like we said, there's some positives and some negatives to take away from it. But ultimately, they didn't get swept. You don't want to get swept. You don't want to go on the road. You don't want to get into an SEC series and get swept. And there are positives to take away from it. You did find a way to win yesterday behind some offense and capitalizing on mistakes. Because that's where the conversation is right now with LSU baseball is, it's not a coaching issue. It's not a talent issue. So then it comes down to, okay, it's execution. Right? You have the ability to do it. You're coached to do it. He's making the right decisions, but you're not doing it. So you have the talent, you have the coaching, you're lacking the execution. And I think what you saw yesterday was more of that execution when there were mistakes being made by the Vandy pitching staff or the relay throws. I remember they fumbled one of the transfers. Those sorts of things. That's applying pressure and capitalizing on their mistakes. We were able to score 6 runs in the first 2 innings of that game, capitalizing off their mistakes and minimizing yours. But that's where LSU is right now, is the conversation of what is the issue? Why are they sitting at 14-7 through the first 21 games of the season? And you just kind of sit and wonder. Because it's not talent, it's not coaching. They're just not doing it, right?
Well, it's the little things. It continues to be, even in wins or losses, it continues to be the little things. I'm just going through the box scores for every game this week. You lose on Saturday with 2 errors. You win with 2 errors.
Yep.
And that's why the 13-12 loss, when you got walked off, you made no errors. You actually played a clean baseball game, and then you did...
Besides the walks.
Yeah, but you did what LSU does. They put up a 5-spot crooked number in the 8th, and you that's what their deal is. Like, that's always been what LSU does, especially under Jay Johnson, especially this year. It feels like every time that they've started slow, you're expecting whether it becomes the fifth, the sixth, the third time through the order, you expect those guys to be able to put something up. And they did. And they put 5 up, and it felt like you were going to win. Then you give up 3 in the ninth, and you lose. But it's the defensive stuff that is still the walks and errors. And it's not only what shows up on the stat sheet, it's the little things of wild pitches, balls that aren't blocked up.
Right.
It's whenever you try to pick off and you throw it away. Like, how many times did you hit the backstop yesterday? Like, those things matter, and going away from home and playing on turf is a different ball game. Like, I'll give you that, but you're going to play on turf a lot.
Yeah.
And you've seen it twice where LSU's gotten beat on turf twice. 3 times now. ULL, Vandy.
Yep.
And it does play a factor, and you saw that, but it's just those little things where they have to be able to start correcting themselves. That's not a coaching thing. That's a player thing.
Right.
Like, you have to care about the small things. And as soon as they start doing that and fixing those, you're going to be able to bang. Like, they're going to swing it.
Of course.
And whenever they don't put up runs, you expect your starting pitching to do well. Have they played a complete ball game yet? Have they played complimentary baseball? No. Yes, when you've seen it.
I mean, early.
In Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen it. When you score 16 and give up 3, like
right.
your 10 running
right.
teams. But you haven't seen it lately. Whether it be too much baseball, playing on Monday to Wednesday to Friday, and then it becomes, okay, maybe the guy needs a break. But once they put it all together, I still believe this team is very much worthy of regional, super regional, and see what happens.
You still feel like this is a mental, like it's an intangible thing?
It's so many new pieces that are being involved. And hell, I asked the question to James, like, is this the deepest team you've had? And he's like, I don't feel like I can't answer that.
Right.
But he does have as many pieces as you would like because of what he did in the transfer portal. And that's the biggest issue, I think, for now, is what you're seeing from the portal guys not being able to answer the call.
Right.
Like, you've seen it, and it sucks because of the way that they started.
Of course.
York's first swing of his LSU tenure is a
Dardar.
homer. Same with Dardar, homer. And then Caraway has been fine, right? But then when you go
against Nichols,
right, like you've seen, they had success early,
right.
And now they're getting into the slog of what SEC baseball is, and that's only going to continue.
So do you make you see maybe one of the first changes or shifts with Pearson playing third yesterday?
I think you'll see that more.
I agree. Do you see anything else following?
I'd like to say Ruckert at second, but
he goes in as a defensive sub last night and
makes an error.
It's a ground into a double play. You end up with no outs.
And that's 2 that he's done.
Yep.
Like, and those are candies.
Yeah.
Those are easy plays to make. I don't know if he's more of it could be a situation in which he's more of a shortstop than a second baseman, but he's clearly in there to play defense. Like,
yes, it's a defensive replacement.
And he's not.
Because Dardar is very obviously at second for his bat.
Right. But he's not. The ball's hit right at Dardar. No problem with. He doesn't have any range.
Right. Yeah. He's not covering.
And that's no offense to Dardar, but I mean, what did he say? I'm here to play batter's box.
Yeah, the freaking left-handed batter's box.
Yeah.
First base thoughts? Because I think
where do you go?
That's the one that's gotten the most conversation.
Oh yeah.
As of late.
Well, we told you.
What do you do at first base?
It's funny until it's not.
Where else do you go? Because you have other options, right? You could go Braun, but to me, is Braun better defensively? I don't know. I haven't really seen him at first, but offensively, he also hasn't performed to the same level. There could be a conversation around Cerna and Aaron Beatty, one of them playing first. You've seen Cerna go in and play at first, I think, at a time this year.
Pearson.
He's swung it a little bit better. Because, I mean, defensively, catching-wise, it hasn't been the most pristine from either of those guys.
Either one.
Eddie Yaman is an option at first base. And then, I mean, first base was part of the conversation with Simpson when he was coming in, potentially playing him at first, Braden Simpson. And then, so there are pieces that you have. It just kind of comes down to where do you go, what do you change? Because I don't think York's left a lot to be desired defensively. I think it's been the offense that's been the upsetting point. He hasn't been crushing homers the way you'd maybe expect him to.
And it's an interesting dynamic to view it. Same thing with Dardar, where even if they're not swinging it the way that you want, they're still getting on base. Like, York's been able to get hit by pitches, draw walks. Same thing with Dardar's been able to draw walks, and it's the extra base hits that you're looking for, and that's where Stanfield has made a difference. You saw him come in, and what's the first thing he does? Double,
very nice.
And what did he do? Lead the SEC in doubles. And so you're seeing that offensive performance from Stanfield kind of self-correct LSU in a way, because that's the way the lineup was supposed to look. I don't think they expected an injury at that point in the season. Get him back, and he's been able to swing it from a pretty good standpoint considering the injury.
Yeah, and I think, I think you know what you're going to get from 9 through 3 in the order. Then your 9-hole in Stanfield, and then 1 through 3 Milam, Curiel, Brown. Like, you know what you have there. It's everything else between. That's the conversation right now. Is what are you going to get from 4 through 8? And it's just been so hit or miss. Pun intended, where it's like one game, and that's baseball, right? Where you have your nights that look like Sunday and Friday, and then you have your Saturday where you're not swinging it as well. But it's just still, you go into a weekend against Vanderbilt, and you're looking at this series as this is potential to get right, because Vanderbilt was also a team that's struggling, and you're unable to do so. You're unable to get right. And you lose 2 out of 3. You lose the first 2, and you win on Sunday. And so we'll see. They have back-to-back home series in the conference with Oklahoma and Kentucky coming to Alec Box this weekend and next. They play Grambling, I believe, tomorrow in the midweek. We shall see. Obviously, on Saturday, they give up a big bottom of the 5th to Vandy. Vandy scores 6 in the bottom of that 5th inning. Which obviously is the inning that Moore starts and gets pulled after his first 4, where he only gave up 2 runs in those first 4 innings he pitched, but he ends with 4 earned runs and 5 runs total because of the 5th inning and what he allowed then. But offensively, you struck out 13 times on Saturday, which is rough. Milam twice, Brown twice, Curiel once, Yaman, Aaron Beatty, Dardar, Braun, Cerna, Caraway, Stanfield twice, which is going to be hard to win. And I think that's the other piece of the conversation is you're losing in different ways. You know, where you're losing where you walk 11 guys, and then you're losing where you strike out 13 times. And so you would like to see somehow LSU baseball to be able to right the ship and just get consistent. Because if they can do that, they can do what you saw yesterday or a version of it, where they capitalize on mistakes, they have big swings. Really, from 4 through 8, all you're asking is just get on base. Because Stanfield, Curiel, Milam, and Brown have done a good job at capitalizing on those situations where the bases are loaded, or there's runners on, put together an AB, put a bat on a ball, and get the guy in.
And that's the other thing that you feel like you left something on the table, because Aaron Beatty gets 5 hits. You're looking for somebody to kind of, between, like you said, 9 through 3, where it's Stanfield, Milam, Curiel, Brown. You feel very good about those 4. And this is what it reminds me of 2024 so much, is you're almost waiting to turn it over every time you get. And if Aaron Beatty can come up and get you 5 hits in a weekend, that's more than fair.
Right.
Like that from a catching standpoint, and Cerna being able to DH. I think that where you add Pearson to that lineup, it's something that is a little bit of a change that you need at this point, because Caraway feels like it's a nothing burger. Like I don't even remember him playing. Like, he doesn't do any, and this is not an insult. He just doesn't stand out to me. Like, there's nothing defensively that he does that, and that's not an insult. Like, he makes the plays that are hit right at him. No, like, that's fine. But his at-bats, it just feels like a lot of swings and misses, and then it's kind of just over or a homer.
Right.
And that's what I think they're trying to avoid, because you go through some of these stats, and there's a real conversation to have on both sides of the plate, where you issue 25 walks over the weekend. And I'm just going through Jay Johnson's history. Vanderbilt scored 33 runs on 29 hits. No starter recorded an out in the 5th. LSU committed an error at first base, second base, third base, and catcher, and Milam made a pair of, I wouldn't say errors, but I guess, but you're moving him all around. I understand that.
You're finding ways for him to get the ball.
Yeah, which I've never seen before, to move an infielder. Right. I guess you can do that. You can put him wherever you want, but it's like a defensive replacement.
Well, it's like when you're like in football terms, your only weapon's a wide receiver. You're going to line him up at running back.
He's Alvin Kamara.
He's going to take snaps at quarterback. He's going to play tight end. He's going to do all of those things because he just needs the ball. And that's what they're doing with Milam, where it's like, we need to make sure when it's a ground out, it goes to
Milam
and nobody else, which is a lot of pressure on one guy. He's making plays. I'll tell you what, the defensive standouts are still the defensive standouts. Jake Brown, heck of a play yesterday. Hate that it gets glossed over or maybe overshadowed by the fact that when he celebrated, the ball popped out and it has to go to review and all these things.
It's the most Jake Brown thing of all time.
Because ultimately, it was a heck of a play.
And you needed it.
And you needed it. Same with the Milam double play on Saturday in a big moment where, boom, pops out, squeezes it, and then a little hook shot over the shoulder to Caraway at third, double play. Huge. Because if that ball gets through, you score at least a run, maybe two. And so you're seeing some of those defensive plays get made, but it's from the guys that have been here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll ask you, Lloyd, 1 through 10, a little panic meter on the bullpen. Where are you at on where LSU currently sits? What's your level of concern?
You're relying so much on it because of your starters.
Right.
They're not getting in through the fifth, but I think this is a new concern. But, I mean, this is what you do with baseball. You evaluate the weekend and you start picking it apart, and then it becomes more panic than not whenever it really isn't that big of a deal because this can change in a day. This can change in a weekend. But you have a real conversation, I guess, if Casey Evans is still your Friday night guy. I'm not in the boat of taking him out of that role yet.
Right.
I think that what you saw Friday was a one-off. I think that was a very tight strike zone where look, there's two ways to think about this because I am in the boat of what Casey Evans did last year was elite. And that role seems like the role he's supposed to be in.
Yeah.
And if you're pigeonholing him into you're just a Friday night guy because you're the best pitcher left on the staff. That's what you're supposed to do. I don't know if that's you have to give it a shot. You have to try it because you've seen this through LSU lore. Like you had Zach Hess come out the bullpen and it was electric, and then it's like, oh, you're a Friday night guy. No, I'm an emotional guy.
Right.
Like I'm an 8-9 guy. Same thing with Gavin Guidry. He wanted to be a starter, and I'll say that to say because Jay loves to emphasize how important the bullpen is. And it's like just because you got the first 3 outs, what's the most important, the last 3.
Right.
And you saw that Friday. There is a real world in which you can see Casey Evans move back to the pen and be that 5 through 7 guy, 7 through 9, where if he's not the starter on Friday and he comes in and shuts the door against Vanderbilt, like you saw last year, you win that game. And so I do think it's something that's going to be evaluated, but he's been, serviceable. But the amount of walks that they've issued, especially over the weekend, it was 25 for the weekend.
No, I mean, that's
10 on Friday.
11 on Friday.
11 on Friday, 10 on Saturday. So I guess 4 Sunday. Win.
Which is better.
Yeah, 4's fine. But they only did that. LSU walked 10 hitters in 45 innings at the College World Series in June. In the Jay Johnson era, LSU has walked double-digit hitters 9 times in 285 games. You did it twice in 2 days.
Yeah. No, I mean, I
you just can't give away you can't give away.
That's
free passes.
That's where my level of concern is raised. Is when we talked about this team a month ago after Jacksonville, it was you're not going to lose games, you're going to get beat. And really, since then, it feels like they've consistently lost games where they are making the mistakes. They are making errors. They are walking batters. They are, where that stretch of games where they lose to Sacramento State as well as Northeast and UL, where they're pressing at the plate and they weren't putting together as good of at-bats. It shifted from this is a team that's not going to lose games to, okay, now they're losing games. They're making mistakes. There are pass balls, every single inning it feels like there's a wild pitch where a ball's getting past the catcher and it's hitting the backstop. Or there's York trying to throw to first, or there's Benz trying to field a bunt and throwing it into the outfield, or there's Ricken trying to pick off at first base 4 times in a row. Of course, the 4th time you're going to make a mistake, right? There's all of those things that have started to lead to LSU losing games, not just getting beat, losing. And that's why my concern is high. It's not a 10.
Oh, they said you hit the button.
I haven't hit the button yet, but I'm getting closer the more LSU continues to lose games. If you were just getting beat, it would be different.
Got beat Saturday.
Yeah, but you lost Friday. Because I know they had it in hand and they should have won.
Yeah, but that happened.
You can't expect to
score 5 in the 8th and then
right.
Yeah, you just had a 2-run
lead,
the most dangerous lead in baseball,
or give up 13 runs and expect to win that game.
Right.
Even when it was at 11, you can't expect that, right? And then you even flash back to what we've seen the weekend before against Sacramento State. I mean, they lost games. They couldn't put a ball in a bat. They walk guys. They make error. Like, that's the thing that gets me is I know we're not going to see a defense that looks like last season, and I don't want to play the comparison game of, well, he's not Daniel Dickinson and he's not Michael Braswell, who's pitching. Posted a video of him pitching for the Royals that looks excellent. I know it's not going to look like that. It's not going to be Luis Hernandez behind the dish, but there shouldn't be a ball hitting the backstop every inning or 2.
And it's a combination of like wild pitches and not being able to block it up.
Right.
But okay, let's go through what your three positives, 3 negatives, 3 up, 3 down.
Jake Brown's a positive.
Yes.
I mean,
could run for president
conversation for best
year.
player in the country.
Yeah.
The way he's playing.
And Jay Johnson said that
100%. No, I don't think it's not an exaggeration.
He is.
For him to hit the home
he's the
run
best player in the sport
and then
right now.
turn around and make that play defensively, I mean, that is, talk about a 5-tool player. I mean, that's a 5-tool player. So I would say the returner's defense is a positive. The guys that were on that team last year, and what I'll say is Milam, Stanfield, Brown, and Curiel make elite plays. Still make elite plays.
And Curiel.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah. The 3 in the outfield and your shortstop make elite plays. Not just good plays, not just the routine plays. They make elite plays. And their offense as well, they've consistently delivered when you needed them to. The third positive is a little bit more difficult.
Because you would say starting pitching until this weekend.
It's really like those 4 players.
That's what reminds me of 2024
are
so much.
Vital on both sides of the ball. Like, both sides of the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, defensively, they are everything. And offensively, they're all you've got right now.
Because it's almost a surprise when you get something from. I'll even put York in the bucket.
It's a valid point, Gage Evans. Positives: 1, Jake; 2, Brown; 3, Jake Brown.
Yep. I mean, that's fair. He's the best player in the sport right now.
I mean,
he's hitting .419.
He's crushing.
With
he's got
11 homers. And only 13 strikeouts. Like, I feel bad even talking about him right now because I don't want to put him in that. I don't want to say anything about him almost. It's like a voodoo doll.
Third positive from this weekend that I'll take away is that Cowan and Cooper Williams both got to see a positive outing this weekend.
And Sheeran.
Sheeran's consistently seen
positive that's what I'm saying.
That's
maybe our third positive
100%.
is Sheeran just anytime Booker ball.
Yes. I'm just glad that Cowan and Coop, who we've put a lot of pressure on going into this year, were key parts of last season, really up until this weekend hadn't had positive outings to feel good about.
Weren't excited when they came in.
No. And Coop even on Friday. He got squeezed. He walked 4 guys. And then you see Cowan.
And he let him do it.
Right. And then you see Cowan come in on Friday. Finally a positive outing. That's the Cowan you remember, the stopper of the year, right? And then Coop to come in and close that thing out last night, I thought was very, very nice to see. And so I'll say those 2 guys
you have
got to see positivity.
2 guys hitting over 300. In college baseball, it should be 5. I mean, let's hold on.
Pull up
That's what I'm about to do.
the last 3 years, 23, 24, and 25. I would love to look at. But David Reed says it really, really well. The problem is not the guys that return. They've all been dudes. The transfer class has not panned out at all. Yeah, that was our point earlier. I mean, that's the issue, is the pieces you've added in have not stepped up so far. They did in that early stretch when you start 8-0, and since then, I mean, think about that. You were 8-0, right? You're 14-7 now.
Yeah, you were.
You're
11-game win streak going back to last year,
and you're now 6-7 since then.
Oh.
You're 6 wins, 7 losses since you started 8-0.
Okay.
2025,
obviously national championship team, right?
Right.
Trio hit 345. Fry hit 331. Jared Jones hit 323. Jake Brown hit 320. Daniel Dickinson hit 315. Chris Stanfield right there
298
at 298, and Stephen Milam right there at 295. You had one guy in the lineup that you were like, just play defense. Now you have 5 guys that like don't fuck up on that side either. It's Aaron.
When you also had, Luis Hernandez was your catcher.
Yeah, that hit 270.
Right, and then you also had Pearson
with 9 pumps.
And then Pearson was what? Does it have him on there? Because him and JB were.
He hit 230.
Yeah.
With 7 pumps.
But he's also going.
But he was coming like it was a special.
Lefty.
It was like banana ball.
Yeah. What about can we get 24? Because that's the one I'd be interested to see.
That is probably the more.
Because I do think those two teams have been compared a lot. And I get it because it's the year after, and I think what you've now learned is it's very tough to win after you've won. But here's 2024.
Oh, Gavin Gidry hit 500.
There you go. There you go, Gav.
1 for 2.
Love it.
You had.
Give me Tommy White and Bear Jones first.
Tommy White.
Yep.
Hit 330 with 24 jacks. Stephen Milam hit 326.
Yep.
8 pumps.
Yep.
Roswell hit 311 with 4 home runs.
Oh, it was huge zero SEC play.
And then Jared Jones hit 301 with 28 pumps. Like, that was your offense.
28 pumps. 28 and 24 from White and Bear.
That was your offense.
We're not exaggerating when we say you were counting on those two guys to hit homers.
Turn the lineup over.
Yeah.
I don't think you have that same amount of juice.
No, not at all. And I think you knew
but
that
if you did, it would be York.
Yeah.
And it feels like that's what he's trying to do.
And that's what you're expecting him to do. Same with Caraway. I think you've also expected. He was hitting tanks to close out the year at Oregon State last year, and you've expected so much more offensively because you knew there was going to be a drop-off defensively because you felt like you were leaning more that way towards offense. And now that you're not getting the offense, it makes the defense look even worse. And with that, they've got to find a way to turn this thing around. And I do think the next 2 weekends are a good opportunity to do that because that's where the hope is that it's not over and it's not relatively close to being over.
And this is where you go back to the transfer portal guys, right? And I'm not shaming anybody. It's a tough thing to come into whenever you're trying to play LSU's deal.
After
and you step into a national championship team and it's like, oh, well, Jay Johnson always hits in the portal. These are the guys that he went to pull out. And you went to smaller schools again like you did last year.
Yep.
And you expect kind of that same level of performance. When you look at Dardar, Caraway, and York, I'll start with Dardar. Homer twice in the opening weekend. And I think that is probably the biggest faux pas is how hot they started, and you expected that lineup.
You saw something
so much performance
different than what you're seeing now.
So Dardar homered twice against Milwaukee. He's now 4 for 33 over his last 13 without a home run. He hit 313 last year. Trent Caraway, 232 to this point with 2 home runs. He's 0 for 14 and has an on-base percentage of .300. Zach York, 4 home runs in his first 9 games. Doesn't have one in his last 35 at-bats and is 8 for 40 in his last 12. That's 3 guys in your lineup that are just outs. And they're not getting a hit.
And they aren't supposed to be. They're supposed to be.
You just have to get performance.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like mature veteran at-bats that you're getting from those 3.
And they're all mature players.
But you're not getting that. And that's where you see a Pearson go in for a Caraway, where it's like, got to give something to go. We got to find something. Cajun Curveball, $2 Super Chat, 2 claps. Ready. The drop strikes on fastballs nearly ended me. No, I mean, I think what you've seen behind the dish is concerning, especially if there is an offensive output. When there's offensive output, obviously, it makes it an easier pill to swallow. But when they're not swinging the bat and you're also seeing the mistakes, that's where it becomes a yikes. But they've got Grambling tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. in Alec Box. Then you've got Oklahoma, who's the number 7 team in the country right now, coming in Alec Box this weekend. Who did they play over the weekend? And then you got Louisiana Tech at home, and then you got Kentucky traveling to Alec Box. And so that's, 8 in a row after this weekend at home, where you would hope to see, it's going to be a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series this weekend, where you would hope to see them turn it around and get something going very, very soon. I think it's a good opportunity.
Oklahoma took 2 of 3 against A&M.
And so, I mean, they're the number 7 team in the country going into that. They take 2 out of 3. They win the series. They're going to be a top 10 team when they head into Baton Rouge. They play Southeastern in the midweek before they head to Baton Rouge. They beat A&M 8-7 on Friday. They lose 9-5 on Saturday, and then 12-11 on Sunday. So they gut out 2 wins, 8-7 and 12-11. Both 1-run wins. They play tomorrow night against Southeastern in Hammond, and then head to Baton Rouge this weekend. So a good opportunity for LSU this weekend.
Ooh, Cam Johnson went full Cam Johnson. 2 1/3, 7 walks, 2 strikeouts, 3 earned, 5 runs given up with only 1 hit. It'll be interesting to see his return to the box because you know who he is.
Right. No, I mean, we've watched it.
Take.
Yeah, we'll see what it looks like. But it's going to be a key opportunity very, very soon for LSU baseball, as they've got back-to-back home SEC series against Oklahoma and Kentucky. Speaking of home at LSU, this Friday, LSU women's basketball has their first home, even though it's technically not a home game. It's an NCAA sanctioned event, so it's not an LSU home game. But LSU women's basketball will face Jacksonville in the PMAC this Friday for game number 1 in the round of 64 in the NCAA tournament. March Madness begins on Friday. If you didn't see the selection show yesterday, LSU is in UCLA's side of the bracket. And really, if you look at it, not upset about the draw whatsoever. I think when you really look at the entirety of the bracket, when you're a 2 seed, okay, the matchups you look at is the 7-10 game, because that's who you would face in the second round. They've got Texas Tech, and I forget who Texas Tech faces off against in that other, I'm trying to remember. Texas Tech and Villanova is the other teams. That's who you would face in the 7-10 game. And then you look at the 3 seed. That's who you would face in the Sweet 16. The 3 seed's Duke, who you obviously went on the road and battled against and dominated in that game to win. They turned it around after that and went on a run where they dominated the ACC after you beat them in Durham. But you would face off with Duke as the 3 seed, and then obviously the 1 seed, you are on UCLA side of the bracket, which to me is a very obvious decision to get UCLA and LSU matched up again, because if it were to happen, that would be 1, 2, 3 years in a row LSU and UCLA face off. They played in the Sweet 16 2 years ago, Angels senior season, where LSU beats UCLA. Huge game from Flau'jae Johnson, kind of her coming out party in that game. They lose to UCLA last season in the Sweet 16, it was the Elite Eight. In the Elite Eight, and then now you would face them. If you were to make it there, you would face them in the Elite Eight again. You are also matched up with Texas as the Final Four matchup. So if you were to see UConn or South Carolina, it would not be until the national championship game. Who, in my opinion, as of right now today, are the only 2 teams that I would say, looking at it, are better than LSU. UCLA, I think, is a very, very good matchup. But the 2 teams, if you're LSU, I remember I was asked the question last week, who are the two teams, the teams you would say, you look at LSU and those teams are going to be favorites easily. I would say UConn and South Carolina. Outside of that, I think LSU is very much it. I mean, Texas, they have beaten. And then UCLA, I think it would be a heck of a matchup. Because I think you've actually put your team in a spot this year where if you match up with them again, you're in a better position due to some of the size you've added in. You had nobody to match up with Betts last year. I mean, Samaya did a good job. Anissa was an undersized big. You've got Amaya Joyner, and really the key would be Kate Koval performing down the stretch. But I think a favorable side of the bracket for LSU that will get started this Friday at 6 p.m. in the PMAC against Jacksonville, who is 24-8 on the season. March Madness is here, finally, and we will have a bracket challenge for all of you guys. This week we'll get it started. Obviously, it begins this week. So today I'll get that all set up and ready. We'll put that out on Twitter. I'll send it in the Discord. We'll put it in the chat tomorrow morning as well. We'll do a men's and a women's bracket challenge. We'll maybe do a team bracket even, where you get to watch us create a bracket, maybe have a conversation about it. We'll discuss that. We'll have all of you ready for that this week, as March Madness is finally here. Best time of the year. Brandon Hollingsworth didn't get to watch. Did men's basketball get one of the last 4 in bids?
No.
Now, there were some teams LSU defeated in men's basketball that did get into the tournament. Missouri, obviously. SMU is going to match up with Miami of Ohio, who LSU obviously beat early on in the season. It does suck to sit back and look at the men's March Madness bracket and the whole thing and know that you are not there. Obviously, if you are part of the Will Wade crowd, NC State is in a play-in game, last 4 in games, so they'll match. I forgot who they match up with, but they are trying to fight for an 11 seed to get in. They are an 11 seed trying to fight for that 11 seed to get in. So it will be obviously interesting if you want to pay attention to that, which I'm not going to say don't pay attention to it on the NC State Will Wade front, because obviously there's going to be a lot of conversation about all of that as time continues on. Glimmer Fredette, I'm with Brandon. I've watched far less talented teams win Omaha after figuring it out, notably 2 from the state right above us. No, we'll see. I think it'll be very interesting to watch kind of how the season progresses. You've got very, very good opportunities coming up soon as you're about to get into one of the most exciting parts of the sport calendar, where LSU baseball is in SEC series. March Madness gets rolling with LSU women's basketball very much in the mix. It's going to be exciting to see in the coming weeks, so make sure you pay attention. A little bit of women's basketball news. Obviously, Coach Reedus is headed to Rutgers to be the head coach there. Daphne Mitchell, another assistant, is going with them. Neither of those two will be with LSU for the NCAA tournament. They will be headed to Rutgers to get that started there. They will not be coaching LSU for March Madness. So,
and you have Kim Mulkey here breaking down a little bit of the seeding and going into March Madness, which we have here courtesy of Mike Scarborough and
shout out.
Raise your hand, we'll get a mic. Kim, your thoughts on the draw and heading out west if you take care of business here?
Go west, young man. Who sang that? Haven't you been told? It's a country song. Y'all let me know. Look it up. That's what y'all do. Y'all believe everything you read anyway. Come on, Jock. Y'all figure it out. Yeah, let's talk about Jacksonville. Tell me who all's in that league. Abilene Christian, everybody's moved around a lot. Who's in the Jacksonville conference? Anybody know? Did they win the league? That's why Coach Bob's across the street. He'll have all that ready for us tomorrow. Everybody's good. Everybody's either won their leagues. Jacksonville. Who all's in that league? So they won the tournament. Okay. What's their record? What is it? Pretty good team, huh? Texas Tech and who was the Villanova. Villanova will like it here with all the Catholics we have in Louisiana, right? I'm familiar with, obviously, Krista, the coach at Texas Tech. She was a great player there. If y'all remember, she played with Cheryl Swoops, won a national championship for Marcia Sharp. And don't know the coach at Villanova and don't know Jacksonville. So for the three that are coming here, that's as much as I know tonight. You're always excited this time of year. After you look at the bracket, you'll study and you'll ask yourself, I don't understand that, but that's what happens every year. So as you see, the SEC doesn't give you a good S-curve, does it? Because were we the first 2 seed? And we're going to have to play, you know, normally the first 2 seed, right, would play the 4th 1 seed, but that's how good our league is. And so it was kind of easy to deduct who you probably were going to see. You just didn't know if it would be UConn or UCLA.
After the SEC tournament, did you feel like everyone needed to kind of rest and reset a little bit?
That is the interesting part about this time of the schedule, this time of the year, that I would say, very naive to until I started coaching. Was, you know, we would sit and wait. You look at power rankings, and this is just high school basketball. You look at the power rankings, and you kind of try to deduct where teams are going to shake out for the bracket. And then, quickly, you figure out where you're at. So, like, we were the 6th seed, so we knew we were going to play the 27 seed. So you're scouting the team you're about to play. Then you've got to scout the 2 teams that are on that you're matched up with. Then you're scouting, like, we made out a list that split up between coaches who all you scout and begin working on. Because you don't have enough time between games to be able to sit back, relax, and do a full scout. So you've got to be ahead of the curve. That is, I think, the part that makes it the madness, right? That I think I was just very naive and oblivious to until
it'll happen very quickly.
Right, it's just very fast. You're like, I mean, you saw her kind of going through it in her head. She was like, I don't know much about Jacksonville. She starts asking the reporters, hey, who's in that conference? Did they win the tournament? What's their record? I don't know the coach there. I know the coach at Tech. I don't know the coach at Villanova. So, like, but you're scouting 3 teams just for this weekend because you know you're going to play one. You don't know which of the other 2 you're going to play.
But you have to prepare for all of them.
Well, you got to prepare for all of them because it could be either one of them. But then while you're doing that, you also want to prepare for Duke, who they're matched up with. You know, you can kind of guess where it's going to shake out. The good thing about Duke is you've already faced them, so you know them. You've beat them. You've already got film because you played them. So it's going to be fun to see kind of how it shakes out. It's the most exciting time of the year, and I love the fact, and I know for men's basketball it's different. It'll never be this way. I love that the round of 64 and 32 are at home in the top seeds arena. Like, I absolutely love that LSU is going to get 2, and has consistently the last couple of years, is going to get 2 games in the PMAC to start the tournament. I know it's NCAA sanctioned event. It's not a home game. It's a home game. Go to the game Friday night and tell me it's not a home game, right? It's going to be very, very exciting. It's going to be fun to watch. We'll make sure to have the bracket challenge ready for you, but also make sure you go over to FanDuel and you prepare for March Madness, because that is maybe some of the most fun, is you get to sit down this weekend and just turn your TV on, and it's just basketball.
It's vasectomy season.
It's just basketball, nonstop. Andrew Messina, Schwartz going with Ritas. Schwartz will be on tomorrow morning, so I don't think so.
I don't know if we. Yeah.
I don't think there's any threat there.
It's Rays season for Schwartzy.
Do what?
Rays season, elevated.
Yeah, and so we'll have Schwartz in tomorrow morning to get you ready for some LSU women's basketball. Make sure you stay tuned in to our social medias. Go follow over there and our Discord. Join that so that you can know when the bracket challenge goes out. We'll also pop that in the chat tomorrow. Before we go to break, while we're in break, I want you to leave the show and then come back. I want you to scroll to the end of last night's watch party to see one of maybe the coolest moments we've ever had doing this job, where out of nowhere, on a whim, we decide, you know what, Wyatt, get up and sing the national anthem for the last AB of the game. 2 outs, 2 strikes. We get Wyatt to stand up, and we all sing the national anthem. And somehow, some way, it's fouled off, ball, fouled off. I very much thought in the middle of the national anthem there was going to be strike 3, game over, or a pop-up or whatever. It ends up being strike 3 called as soon as we say home of the brave. And it was one of the coolest moments ever. So make sure you go check that out while we're on break, because we are about to go to break. As we've rolled through hour number 1 this morning, we will be back with more Tingle & Co. 9 to 10. We'll have Jared Mitchell in 9:40 a.m. this morning to talk some LSU baseball after the weekend series loss to Vanderbilt. So we'll discuss more baseball 9:40 a.m. With an LSU legend, Jared Mitchell. Right after. You about to pull it up?
I only have the 5-second clip.
Oh, of White saying this is so tough?
Yeah.
Nice. We'll take a quick break here. We'll come back with more Tingle & Co. right after this.
Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Branning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Branding at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff,
where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
All right, welcome back here, hour number 2 this morning. You saw the graphic during the break. 4 p.m. this Friday, game number 2 of LSU's weekend series against Oklahoma is the post-challenge and 6-year anniversary celebration tailgate with our friends over at F45 who bring you our show every single day. Make sure you come join us, hang out with us, celebrate and tailgate before LSU baseball this Friday. Food and drinks will be provided, but you have to sign up in their studio at City Square by this Wednesday. So you've got today, you've got tomorrow, you've got Wednesday to sign up to make sure you come join us and hang out with us for the celebration tailgate with our friends over at F45 this Friday. Very, very fun and exciting. We appreciate them supporting our show, bringing you our show every single day, keeping Lloyd in such great shape. And also, cool events like this Friday, the celebration tailgate. Make sure you join us for that.
I'm better at this part than the exercise part.
Which part? The celebration tailgate? I would say so as well.
That's where I will say, I don't pat myself on the back often, but good tailgater.
That's your fastball?
That's my Skenes.
That's your Zach Callen changeup?
And it's not my Manny Machado slide into second and try to spike somebody again.
He's you got to know who you got to know who the guys are.
That's why
why Bobby Wood
That's why he biffed. Yeah.
It wasn't Bobby. It was Terang.
Got out of there.
Ejectocito,
cuz. Because I'm about to. He ruined.
Well, that's the thing. That's why Pujols was like, just play.
Yeah, we're not looking at this.
We're not
anymore.
looking at that.
That's fine. Bad look for the whole country because Manny Machado did. I don't know if people remember this. Ruined Dustin Pedroia's career after he had a WAR of over 50 and was trending to be a Hall of Famer, and ruined his career. And he tried to do it again
in the World Baseball Classic. Which was electricity last night, by the way. 2-1 USA wins last night in Miami. That's bless me.
Bless you. Thank you.
Was not a home game in Miami last night. That place was packed to the gills. Carl Dunn just went back to watch the last couple minutes. Wow. No, wow's right.
Yeah.
It was like I will say there are times that we can maybe up the energy a little bit, like on purpose, where it's like, no, we need to spark something right here, so let's
absolutely.
Manufacture a little bit of something. That was as real as it gets. That was like
authenticity.
I mean, the excitement on our face. It was not faked whatsoever because it was the unbelievable timing of it all. We stood up with 2 strikes. Started the national anthem with 2 strikes.
Not an easy song to sing. In terms of timing it up.
No, not at all.
Because you don't know what's going to happen.
You have no idea. And it just turned into, I'm going to see if I can pull it up on my phone.
Me too. I'm
played into the mic.
Over here.
Because it was literally
7 hours and 13 minutes of us. Good Lord.
I mean, we were 4 hours and 11 minutes on Friday, 7 hours and 14 minutes on Sunday. All to make up for no shows on Thursday and Friday morning.
Right,
I think we did that. I think we made up for it.
We will work.
Yes.
We just have to make sure everybody can get in the building.
That is true. That is true. Very true.
Well, because Wyatt pulled up.
I literally thought he was joking when he sent the text.
He's kind of
I thought it was just a joke. Because I asked him about it whenever I got here because he had obviously been sitting here for an hour. And I was like, so what was your, why did you come an hour early?
Without any way to get in.
Because if you would have let me know, I would have got here for 1. So I could let him in. And he said that he had woken up and he was excited to get here and he had homework he had to do, and so he didn't want to not do the homework, like stay home and stay in bed or play PlayStation. So it's like, I'll just go into the studio and do the homework in the studio while I wait for him to get here. And he said he's 30 minutes away from the studio. He was like, wait, I can't get in.
And it's too late.
So he started doing the homework in the car. So he still accomplished admission, just not the smartest way. Here's last night. Us watching. This is like hour number 7 after watching LSU baseball versus Vandy.
We're 7 hours and 10 minutes in.
Yep. And we had eaten a lot of chicken from Blue Store, shout out, and Polar Pizza from Baskin Robbins.
That was awesome.
Delicious. If you would like to sponsor, feel free. But here is Wyatt's national anthem in the moment.
Skip one in there. I didn't even
There you go.
realize it.
New video to put on when you got the hose over.
I'm yawning.
Yeah, frozen.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah. Look at my hair.
USA. USA.
The light bulb's about to go off in my head.
USA. USA.
Look at your feet.
They look great. With Poochie's ankles.
USA.
Tight socks.
USA. USA. USA.
No, watch this draw.
Thank you, Randy. Sing the national anthem.
Light bulb, there it is.
There
right
it is.
there. I mean, it hit me.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed?
I do improv quite a bit.
Improv is unbelievable.
Twilight's last gleaming.
Pooch, get up!
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we
Pooch, sit back down.
He got tired.
Back up.
Back up.
so gallantly stream down, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
So he threw a pitch right there, I remember. And so this is all in the break before he throws the next one.
Land of the free and the home of the USA! USA! USA!
Like Christian threw the pitch.
USA!
Didn't even know he was on the stream until he was.
Time that shit. Oh, incredible! Thank you, Blue. That was so tough. Thank you.
It was not a strike at all.
So tough.
Was not a strike at all.
Oh no, they talked
But
about.
the moment will get you.
Oh yeah, I mean I'd imagine probably had some skin in the game if you're the
I saw
umpire.
someone tweeting like, "Oh, he was given that." But there was, I would say, there were two pitches that umpire got wrong, because other than that, he was
Awesome.
elite. But he struck Soto out on a low, right out the bottom of the zone earlier in the game, and then that one there. But that one was just the moment. I mean, you can't not call that strike three. Just, I mean, sit him down. Sabrion, women would never understand the excitement around this. You can show that clip to 1 million people in general, and not everybody's going to get it. It's hashtag just different.
It's just different.
Because that, I mean,
Boys will be boys.
it doesn't get any better than that. Like, I literally walked away last night like that was awesome.
A great way to cap the night.
It was.
LSU
It
win.
was.
I mean, this thing's not even close.
No, I mean, it's a good 3 inches out of the zone.
Yeah, low. Vanderbilt walks there.
Of course. That's strike three on LSU, though.
Yep. But elite, I mean, despite America's best efforts to throw this thing, where they don't know if their ticket's punched or it is punched, but Paul Skenes was not going to let you go home empty-handed.
I tell you what, not just Skenes, the pitching all night.
Yeah,
Elite.
2-1.
I mean, like,
Against a loaded line. And
one of the most loaded lineups ever. I mean, you're going, like, you go, what is it? Tatis, Soto, Vladdy, Machado, Rodriguez. All just, it's like murderer's row. I mean, you get a home run robbed, which was a great play by Julio Rodriguez on the Judge homer.
The Judge.
I mean, it was big time. But, I mean, there were big moments for the Dominican Republic in that game where, like, they had the bases loaded on Skenes with 1 out. He gets 2 outs. They don't score a run. Like, they had bases loaded. They had runners on the corners. They had the whole thing. Like,
God.
on the Machado slide into second, there were runners on the corners when he gets bless you. And they weren't able to capitalize. Credit to the pitching by the United States of America last night. Big time. Absolutely big time. It was fun to
There
watch.
was a tweet that I can't find it, but it had the graphic of the bases.
Yeah.
Like second and third one out. Second
They had
and
some
third.
big moments.
Yeah, they just didn't like. You talk about if you want to get mad at LSU for hitting with runners in scoring position, that's the
epitome of it last night in that game right there. Bless you again. Lord have mercy. So, I mean, that was fun. It was fun. It was a good weekend. And if you missed it on Saturday, obviously it was the St. Patrick's Day parade. LSU's head football coach was on a float. I think I put it in the document in the 2 claps. Lane Kiffin was on a float. And I tell you what, very generous with the beads. If you watch this very closely, he is not he's not greedy. He's not skimping on the beads he's tossing out of that float. You will get a heaping handful from Coach Lane Kiffin. He is very gracious with as you've seen in the parades.
I'll stack the deck on the boat.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you watch, I mean, these are not little handfuls. I mean, he's not just throwing one bead. He's grabbing everything off the hook.
He cracks me up.
Here you guys go.
Yeah, fuck it.
All of those.
Yeah. Where did those come from?
Yeah, he's having a good time.
I mean, it is the best. I mean, if you're
One of my friends starts chanting "Daddy" at him in a moment.
Why not?
Yeah. Did not. No. Lost in the semis.
Thanks, Jason.
But
I mean,
but it was
salt right in the wound.
Yeah, literally. It was cool to see Coach Kiffin out there. And then they also one of the floats came through and was playing neck, and under the overpass there, which is quite the scene to be under the overpass on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah, you're in the thick of this.
It's quite the crowd. There were many times I was sitting there like, I don't think I should be in this. I don't belong
Too old?
here. No, just too sober.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would be weird.
It's a lot, especially after running a 5K in the morning. It is.
You're just the healthiest person there,
I guess. But I mean, this was place erupted.
This is like the only holiday that Baton Rouge does.
No, they go all out. Busty and Chrissy didn't understand it.
St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, well, not that they didn't understand St. Patrick's Day, but they were like, we had been talking about it, and they were like, "What? Why is this a big thing?" And I was
They
like,
didn't know?
They didn't know Baton Rouge did the parade
Right.
like this. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're
It's
not
the
from
only
here.
holiday that Baton Rouge does
They're not
well.
from here, so they don't like Mardi Gras for them. Like I was like, no,
This
no,
is
no.
our Mardi Gras.
This is Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge loves St.
I
Patrick's Day.
don't know how it happened or why it happened.
St. Patrick's Day.
But I've ridden in the St. Patrick's Day parade, and it is. Once you do that, it's kind of hard to do anything else. Like it's hard to go to a parade after you've been in the parade.
Right. I could imagine.
And so, didn't get out there, and I forget that St. Patrick's Day isn't on the St. Patrick's Day. And so
It's on the Saturday around it because
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow.
Right.
But obviously this past Saturday, the only real reason, if I wouldn't have ran, I would not have gone out there. And I have made the decision now. If I'm ever going to run the Shamrock Run, the 5K in the morning, I'm not going to the parade after. That is a long, long day. I remember sitting down on the couch after the running that morning and then the parade for hours. I was like, I don't think I'll ever get up from this couch ever again. It's an exhausting day. Wake up early, run 3 miles.
How early?
I mean, the race started at 9:30. I got there at 8 because I had to pick up my stuff. And I want
Your stuff.
like your packet, all the stuff they give you, and your bib and things like to actually
And
run.
when you also found out you can just go run.
You can. I mean, I knew you could do that, but I also knew that there was a free packet waiting for me because Pierce Patterson,
Shout out.
225-910-0619, CAS Roofing and Advising.
Today is the day to call.
Today is the day to call. I knew he wasn't going to be able to run because he was under the weather. So I was like, well, he already
From the
registered.
Texas Club?
No, he was actually sick.
From the Texas Club.
No, from life, actually.
From what I saw.
Well, the Texas Club was the weekend before. So he had recovered.
Oh, okay.
But I knew he had already registered. He couldn't get a refund, so his packet and things were already there. So I was like, I'm just going to snag that. And did. And ran 30 minutes. Not too bad. But
30 minutes is good.
yeah, I was proud of myself. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just
Did you ever bust a walk?
Do what?
You ever walk?
Oh yeah. So the end of the race, you go up the ramp and down like the overpass.
Oh.
And so I was like,
the terrain change.
Of course, but I was like, this is key for me.
What place
So what
did
I
you come
did-
in?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look.
Is there somebody
look it
you
up.
circled that you're like, I'm getting you?
No. I just wanted 30 minutes. I just wanted
Okay.
to run it in 30. That was all I was worried about.
Race against yourself.
And so I saw the overpass coming, and I knew that was it was like, I checked my watch, about 2.7 miles at that point. So I was like, okay, I'm going to walk up the overpass.
Oh, nice.
And when I get to the top, I'm going to let God run this thing for me, and I'm going to use momentum. All 230 pounds of me is going down this
Downhill.
hill.
Start rolling.
And when I tell you, I was
Rolling.
flying. Like, I probably looked like DK Metcalf on that, where he chases down the guy. I hit the top, and I was like, all right, here we go. Vroom, vroom, vroom. And it rolled me all the way through the finish line.
Just momentum.
Just momentum. I let it rock. And I literally, like, I guarantee you I shaved 10 seconds off my last
No
mile
doubt.
on that. And also, at one point before the ramp, I would start to get tired. I see Bill. Like, he's at a house, like, on the side of the road.
Not participating.
Not participating. I see him. I point at him. He does these. And so I run right at him, and he goes, we jump up.
No, nice.
Run, chest bump, and I call it a second wind.
Yeah.
Adrenaline snapped. There we go. Let's do it.
That's awesome.
It was a good time. Like that, running sucks.
Yes.
Running with a group of people like that, with people like on the sides watching it. You know, I was going down high-fiving because you feel like an athlete kind of, because it's like all these people are sitting here watching.
Why?
You and have their hand out to high-five you.
Did you get
so
a water?
I made the consistent. I did get a water. I made the concerted effort to go, no, I'm going to high-five everybody that has their hand out.
Nice.
Because they're putting it out.
Yeah, why
They
not?
get
I'm with
high-five.
you. I'm with you. I got
And so
you.
I'm like, no. And so every time, even some people that didn't have their hand out, I just saw them was like, you're getting a high five, put it up. And they.
Did you go glasses? Like sunglasses?
Sunglasses, I did. Backwards hat, sunglasses.
Hell yeah. He looked like Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
I'm surprised he didn't do it.
I'm surprised I couldn't believe Christian wouldn't run it. I mean, he wouldn't have ran with me. He would have been much faster than me. But I figured he would have ran. I'll give you my stats here. So, not very good in my age division. I was 39 out of 44 in the 20 to 29 crowd. But I was 246th place out of 400.
Hey, right in the
So,
middle.
yeah, not bad.
Are you going to do it again?
I don't know. I think I'm going to start running them more. But I did it in 30 minutes. 30 minutes chip time.
What do you think about it? I mean, it's just 30 minutes. It's one episode of a show.
Yeah, that's when you look back, when you finish, you're like, oh, I mean, that wasn't bad at all.
Except it was terrible.
Except in the moment, it's like, oh my gosh,
I don't want to do this at all.
But this is the thing for me. That is much easier than like going to a track or like jogging around the neighborhood. Is like,
well, yeah, you're high-fiving people. What are you
not
talking about?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying like running a race where there's a very obvious finish line is much easier than for me like running and I'm checking my watch to know how far I'm going. When I know there's a finish line telling me where the 5K is, I'm just running to the finish line. But like if I'm just jogging around like my neighborhood, I'm like,
I don't want to do this anymore.
I'm
When
like,
can I
oh,
quit?
I'm at. I could have swore I was at 2 miles and I'm at 0.7.
Oh.
The worst feeling ever. Then you just feel defeated. So I'm gonna get you out there to run, Lloyd.
I used to run a lot.
They have. I also made a friend. Shout out my guy D the Boxer. He put his number in my phone, D the Boxer from the 5K, and he sent me 2 more races: the Tiger 10K and the Fat Boy 5K.
Which one? 10K?
Yeah, 10K 6 miles. Not doing that.
No.
They run a 5K that day as well. I'm gonna run the 5K. 10K is a lot. That's 6 miles.
Far too many.
I don't need to run 6 miles.
I mean, you could do that in a week.
What, 6 miles in a week?
Yeah, 1 mile a day would be much preferable.
I mean, if I run the same pace that I did the 5K, it would take me an hour to run a 10K. I don't want to run for an hour.
Yeah, no. I don't want to do anything for an hour. Well,
watch LSU baseball for hours.
7.
Good. So it was a good time. It was a good time. In just about 10 minutes, we're going to have Jared Mitchell join us to talk LSU baseball, get back to the LSU discussion this morning as the Tigers lose 2 out of 3 to Vanderbilt over the weekend before they face Grambling tomorrow night. But I will say Jake Brown deserves 7 claps for that number 7 because he is the glaring positivity through all of this tumultuous first 21 games. They're 14-7.
I don't know where you are without him.
There's been a lot of doubt. Jake Brown is the bright shining star that's keeping that thing going. He's the sun to LSU's baseball's earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
the gravitational pull of Jake Brown.
Massive. 11 bombs. He's crushing them.
Well, I don't even think I don't think people expected this. Like,
No.
you were happy to get him back, and it was more of a question of
This is I
what
wouldn't
is he
say
going to do against lefty-lefty
Right,
matchups.
right.
Where it wasn't as bad as people thought it was. It was just, and Jay talked about this a little bit with Mic'd Up, where he's like, I just had other options.
Yeah.
Like, so I didn't have to put him in that situation. I'm trying to determine the best result for LSU and who's the best player to be in that matchup. Now I don't have another option, and I want him to play every day, and you see him play every day, and he might be the Golden Spikes Award winner because he's definitely in the conversation.
No, I mean, he's also playing his way into a first round pick
I mean, yeah.
in the draft. I mean, that's a 5-2
I don't
player.
know how, right, like, we can ask Jared this because I don't really understand how the baseball draft works where,
prospects and all of the things.
right, like there's high school kids that are, people just take out of potential and then you never see them for 5 years. And then there's like the Connor Griffins of the world and the Paul Skenes of the world, like you're taking him one.
Well, the good thing for JB is he's got some leverage, too. He can come back. He can leverage college to get over slot value.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Right.
Your junior year is your money year because you want to be able to say, hey, I can just go back to school if you don't want to pay me.
And so far through 21 games,
he's not going back to school.
Money here. I mean, he's balling. Like, you need, every time he hits a home run, you need it. Like, they're huge. And then he makes a play like he did in the field. I think I put the play in the document.
Or it's like the cherry on top. Like, he'll just go backside for no reason.
Right.
Like, oh, there's another two. Like,
he's
thanks.
just driving in runs.
Yeah.
And then you see him make a play defensively like he did in the game last night. Just absolutely elite. Like, he is
an athlete.
He's saving our life.
He's LSU baseball right now.
He's and not to discredit other guys that, I mean, Curiel stepped up.
Yeah.
But Jake Brown is the engine that's keeping this thing chugging along.
2. In the air to right, racing in is Brown, still charging. Got it. 2-2.
Runner on second, 2 outs. You're up by 2 runs.
Brown still charging, lays out, got it. 2-2.
I mean, it drops in front of him. The guy scores from second because he's going. It's 2 outs. He's going.
Scored.
Right, like he's.
It's unfortunate that the Selly would have been elite too.
Of course, but the ball pops out.
And then
it really did ruin it.
It becomes a question of, is this even a catch?
And it wasn't even close. No conversation.
But you could also have the situation in which you're Tennessee baseball.
Oh my gosh! And this deserves 2 thumbs down because it was the most Tennessee baseball. It's the most Tennessee baseball thing ever. It couldn't happen to a better program.
Right?
Could not happen to a better baseball team.
They've earned
He
this.
spikes the bat.
I've never seen this.
After he hits it.
Away.
And we're going to play it, and I have spikes the bat like that, right? And so just play the first part of the clip again. What would you assume? It's close to just being a double.
Yeah. Or a long single.
A long single because you didn't run. Like, this is the epitome of just
Tennessee baseball.
It is. I mean, it couldn't happen. Like I'm saying, it couldn't happen to a better program. It's just so Tennessee.
And the best is he has to fucking wear it too at the end. If you've seen like the rest of this clip,
right.
Where there's like shocked, awe, I can't believe this. How did I not get all of it?
Oh, and the worst part is it's the top of the 9th with 2 outs. That's what's a walk-off robbery?
Right, but also like Georgia would have come up to bat.
Absolutely brutal. I mean, it was cranked. Like, I mean, he did like the swing is.
I mean, it would
pure and off the bat, it looks excellent, but
not the case. Then you end up like this.
It's a wall grazer.
Shit.
Now you're surrender cobraing after the guy robs it. So we're gonna take a quick break here. We'll be back in a little under 5 minutes with Jared Mitchell to talk LSU baseball, where you didn't see because when Jake Brown pimps a home run, that thing is gone. And you saw it last night.
I mean, yeah, the only thing that LSU's, what if you were to say bust, like they're silly, it's not that.
No,
It's a team.
Squad. Brothers.
Yeah. Brothers.
Family.
Family. It's all about family.
455.
Double D's.
Wardos was created in honor of Alan Ward Granting III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granting at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or a storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
So the ball hitting the ground on that play, it's not a dead ball?
I guess not. I've never seen this before.
Because in baseball, I mean, when you spike it, if it were to bounce up and hit someone, that's not a hit by pitch, right?
No, it is.
If it hits the ground and then hits somebody.
Mm-hmm. And you can swing at it, too. Ichiro used to hit him off the ground all the time, so did Vlad Guerrero. Oh, Jared Mitchell is in the Zoom.
Interesting. That's crazy.
Oh, we'll show Jared this, too.
Yeah, show him
Jared, give us your thoughts on this. Heads-up baseball or heads-up softball or no?
Hit by pitch.
I mean, are we really calling it heads up? She had 2 days to think about it.
I mean, my thought was to turn around and take 2 steps back and golf it out of there.
Nah. All you gonna do is hit a ground ball somewhere.
Just roll it right back to you.
Yeah, you're just gonna roll it.
How are you, sir?
I'm living, man. How y'all doing?
Excellent. Thank you for joining us this morning. Thoughts on LSU baseball on the weekend, as it, you get one on Sunday, but you saw Friday, Saturday. Just wanted to get your early thoughts of LSU's first bout in SEC play.
I'm gonna go with the SEC. Pretty much did what it does. It's really hard to go on the road and win in this league. If I told you, if you just looked at the scores, you don't love it. If you just looked at maybe some of the line, you don't love it. But then you think about it, and you're like, Well, they got walked off on Friday night after coming back being down big. And this is a team that we said, oh, their offense is bad. They can't hit. They can't swing it. Well, they put up 10 plus that game, right? So that makes you feel a little bit better. You would like to see them finish a game. Saturday is what it is. You lose that game and then come back on Sunday. You have the better of the two starters. They give you chances early. You hop on them 6-0, I think it was. And then you gave back some runs and then you finished it off late. So at the end of the day, did you love the performance of what they did? No. Was there a lot of positives? Yes. Did they put up some runs? And if I'm going to be completely honest too, like I don't care what their record is. I do think if they can go over there and start figuring out probably that third start and maybe some things that they do in the middle of it as well, that Vanderbilt team's a lot better than what that record says.
Yeah.
That Vanderbilt team's a lot better than what people think they are. And they're built a lot different than what we've seen in the past. In the past, it's always been they've been so dominant on the mound, and they'll just do what they need to do. That Vanderbilt team was built a lot like the 2006, 2007 Vanderbilt team, where they had the Dominic De La Osas, where they had the Ryan Flaherty's, where they had the Pedro Alvarez's, and they hit 20 plus, and they had a guy on the mound. Like that Vanderbilt team is built like that. They're second in the country in homers right now, and they're a good ball club. I figure when we get back towards the later end of the year, don't be surprised if Vanderbilt starts to make their way, starts to make a push. So with that being said, no, I didn't love the weekend, but you avoided the sweep, which is very much most important when you go on the road. You did that, and now it's like, all right, some of these things we knew. We knew we needed to kind of figure out some things going on in the mound. We thought Kaysen had kind of gotten over the hump. Whatever. It is what it is. I still think he's there. I think at the end of the day, too, if I'm being completely honest, man, I think a lot of what this team's going to have to do in terms of their success is their starters are going to have to go deeper. Now, deeper, not necessarily meaning pitches. They got to be a little bit more efficient. Those guys getting to those 80, 90-ish pitches by the fourth, fifth inning makes it really tough this early in the year. So with that being the case, you're going to have to be more efficient until you're in a spot where they feel and you feel comfortable with being stretched out. That way we don't have to expose the bullpen to so much so early on in a series.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. One positive note, and it's a very, very simple question. Is Jake Brown the best player in the country?
Jake Brown is not missing many barrels right now. Right, like he is as locked in as it gets, and I think a big thing that we all kind of wanted to see is him hit against lefties this year, and what he's doing against lefties is improvement against lefties, and that just only continued as he hit the homer on Sunday against the lefty, and it was a very long ball on Sunday. So Jake Brown is making his bid to be the best player in the SEC, to be the best player in the country, and if they're going to be good, yeah, it's going to need to continue.
No, 100%. But outside of kind of the returners, right, that where you've seen LSU, the top three in the order with Milam, Curiel, Brown, Staney in the 9-hole, everything else are kind of some of the new additions and some of the younger guys. What are you seeing kind of lacking in the 4 through 8 spots for LSU over the weekend, especially maybe on Saturday where they weren't able to get much momentum?
Just some guys to step in and give you some consistency there, right? Like you got some guys that don't have a ton of at-bats in this league and or in college ball, right? I think the more they kind of get going in the middle of the year, look, Aaron Beatty, Cerna, these guys are big bats, but the more that they can get consistent, the more that they can be a threat every time they're up there, the better off they'll be. You got guys like Milam who are stepping up. Milam had a very sneaky good weekend, right? Like people don't realize he had a very good weekend. If he continues to do that, Jake's doing his thing, the top of the lineup's doing what they need to do. You're able to put Stanfield at the bottom of the lineup, and he just inserted himself and got right back to business as to what he's done the last 2 years, right? So I think the lineup is going to become, and Stanfield also helps your defense by solidifying another outfield spot. There's a lot of things that got to come together. I think the biggest takeaway I got from the weekend is there's a lot of work to do, but that doesn't mean that they're not a good team. And if I'm telling the truth about it, once again, we all thought going into the weekend they can't hit. Well, they swung it well. We all thought going into the weekend, Kaysen Evans is on, we're good on Friday night, let's roll. He didn't throw it well. That just shows me a team that ain't peaking right now. Mm-hmm. And I don't want you to really be peaking right now. And so, once again, you avoid the sweep. You get out of there 1-2. You could have easily left there 2-1. Feel good about yourself. Move on and move forward. If nobody knows it, every single road team in the SEC took an L this weekend. And there was 2 of them that took sweeps. Move on.
And then on Friday specifically, they go down, I think 10-4 in that ball game, and that was kind of some of the conversation prior was can they bounce back? How do they respond to adversity? And they've done it in spots this season, but there have been times where they've fallen behind and not able to get over the hump. And even though they lose that game, they battled back and took the lead, 12-10. They go on 8 unanswered runs. What did you see from the mentality standpoint of the Tigers on Friday?
Just no quit, man. It's something that's kind of synonymous with LSU. It's synonymous with the way Jay has put this team together. Is you keep playing every out, you keep going and get yourself back into the game. Then they did exactly that on Friday night, right? They gave themselves a chance to win it at the end of the game. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But I think if you ask a lot of people, they would take Gavin Guidry on the bump in the 8th and the 9th, giving them an opportunity to win. It didn't happen that time. So you move forward and you kind of keep going.
And then in that comeback for LSU on Friday, one of the keys was Zach Cowan, who finally had a positive outing, goes out there and is able to put zeros on the scoreboard for Vanderbilt and give LSU the opportunity to come back. What did you see from LSU's kind of stopper, who he was last year, and his real positive outing
Return to grace
this weekend?
I think so. Cowan's got the ability to obviously land and throw that changeup whenever he wants to, but when he becomes really effective is when he's good with the fastball. And he got back to being good with the fastball again, which allowed the changeup and everything else to kind of play up. And you get a guy like that back and get him feeling good and get him starting to throw well, it only bodes well for the back end of your bullpen, which we obviously know is going to need some help. You're going to need some of those middle guys and some of the back end. And once again, I do think a lot of what they're doing right now is the inefficiency you're seeing by the starters. We can even go to William Schmidt. Like, he had a great start on Sunday, stat-wise, but he didn't get out the 4th. He got into the 5th and didn't get an out, so he got 4 innings of pitching in. That's a lot of stress when you've given up the runs you've given up on Sunday about who's available and what you can do going forward. So I love what he did, but the more efficient that these guys can get until they truly get stretched out is going to help your team out. And I think that that's where they're stuck at right now.
Do you have any, I guess, questions or concerns? We kind of did like a 3 up, 3 down of like 3 positives, 3 negatives. And when you look at the starting pitching that you've seen from LSU over the weekend, and it felt like that was a positive going into the Vanderbilt series. It was Casey Evans, it was Cooper Moore, it was William Schmidt. After their performance over the weekend, do you have any questions or any doubt as if Casey Evans should remain a Friday night guy, or do you kind of start to think maybe you relegate him back to his role that he had last year?
I think it's too early to make that decision, but I would not be surprised if internally it's starting to become somewhat of a conversation. I just wouldn't be, because, and here's the reason why. It's not because of Casey Evans. It's not because of, I guess if you want to call it how he's looked, it's because of the 5 losses or 6 losses that you took pre-conference play. So now you're sitting here putting your situation at a real premium, not for necessarily the weekend games, but to have to win all of these midweek games that you're going to have to play, right? So you're going to have to be all hands on deck because you can't afford to keep taking losses in those, right? If you're not going to put up a 20-10, a 22-8 record in conference play, you can't afford to keep taking L's and O's and have yourself in a good spot going towards the postseason if you do. So it becomes a thought process of, if William Schmidt keeps looking like this, if Cooper keeps throwing the way he's throwing, do we figure, hey, let's move him up, hey, let's flip-flop him, do we do something to get us to Sunday and have a chance to win ball games? Because if we do it that way, and let's say we win Friday and Saturday, and Cason's able to throw an inning or 2 innings, maybe an inning or whatever it is, and then now we just got to figure out how to win on Sunday, I think they would take that opportunity as well. So it's not necessarily because of how Cason is throwing, but it's also because it's a lot because of what they've done prior to starting the SEC slate. The amount of losses you took puts you in a spot where you don't have that leeway going towards the back end of the year.
And it also, to me, it becomes, where is he more valuable? Like, does his like wins above replacement as a starting pitcher on Friday, or is it him as a coming in on Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, but if he, the thing is if he is winning and pitching well, like he did a week ago on Friday, you're not moving him. The thing is
right.
We don't know that that's what he's going to do. So that becomes the question. If he's going to do what he did last week, there is no question if he's more valuable throwing on Friday nights or coming inside at a different point in the weekend. It's not even a question. We just don't know that yet. And because of what the team has done so far, I think that conversation may have started already. And like I said, it's not necessarily based on what he's done solely.
And Stephen Milam, the LSU shortstop, has made some elite plays defensively throughout his career. But the last couple of games, there's been some that have popped. They move him all over the place when they shift. He's flipping over to the right side of the field. He's obviously in his spot because they're trying to get the ground balls hit to him and nobody else. What are your thoughts on kind of that mindset and maybe trying to? You think it's kind of trying to hide other guys or just force the ball to your best defensive player?
No, I mean, I think, they do what they want. They're going to use a lot of analytics, and I think a lot of teams at this point use a lot of analytics in terms of how they want to configure their defense and things like that. And if you look at it like that, I think across the country, a lot of people would sit here and say, well, if I think my shortstop's my best glove, well, let's put him where the most ground balls are getting hit. Like, I think that's that would be pretty standard. I don't think that would be hey, this is an isolated situation. I think we as LSU are best in that situation of putting him there and not anyone else. But the thing about it is when you watch him play, I think one of those things that a really good shortstop does, one of the marks of a really good shortstop to me is that when they make everything look easy. Mm-hmm. When they don't feel like when you don't ever feel like they have to use an absolute cannon to get guys out, when you don't feel like they have to move at top rate speed to get to balls, to cover ground, to be able to make plays, when they just make everything look easy. And he's done a really good job of understanding hops, how to come and charge the baseball, play the best hop, and not let the hop play him. And he makes things look easy, and he does a good job doing that.
Also wanted to ask you about, saw a little bit of a shakeup in the lineup when you see Pearson go to third, and some of the portal guys there's been some reports of the numbers that have come out since their hot start in their first series at the box, and now it's kind of, I don't know if it's resulted to the mean or if we're trying to get back to the mean because it's been a struggle. Do you expect to see more of a shakeup in the lineup, whether it be what you see at first base, what you see at third base, what you see at catcher? Like, there's still some question marks in terms of what they're doing offensively, but did you like what you saw from Pearson, I guess, over the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, he inserted himself, and he did a lot of what we expect him to do. He didn't get many chances to drive the baseball, but he, work counts, got on base a lot. I expect to see Jay to continue to search for production, whatever that means, right? Like, Jay believes, and we know they have a deep squad. So, yeah, we may have brought this transfer in and this guy from this spot, but we also still had this guy and this guy already here. And all of that competition, all of that ability breeds the opportunity for people to get in and produce when they get a chance. So as right now, when you're sitting there, and if I asked you if you've skid and you've lost, I don't know, what was it, 5 of your last 6 or 6 of your last 7, I think you'd be moving people around as well. I think you'd be trying to find something to go as well, because the last thing you want to do is have this thing fall off a cliff and then you can't get it back.
D1 baseball dropped their top 25 this morning. LSU has fallen out of it. Are you surprised that LSU is no longer a top 25 ranked baseball team?
Not necessarily surprised. I mean, let's tell the truth. Over the last 2 weeks, it hasn't looked great. And in not looking great, it's resulted in some L's. It'd be a different thing if there was finding ways to win, even if it didn't look great, but that hasn't happened. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're a worse team, but it also shows that, like I said earlier, like I alluded to, there's work to do, and there's a way to go, right? And once again, I felt better about the weekend when the thought process was a lot that, they can't hit. Well, they put up the runs they needed to put up. They just didn't win ball games. I felt better about the weekend when I was like, well, look at what the starters did, knowing that they were going into the weekend looking for productive bullpen arms. Well, when we don't have a number of productive, already proven bullpen arms on this season, it's really hard to go ask the bullpen to go get me, 18 outs a game? It's tough, right? So that starting rotation is going to have to start getting deeper into games so we can get to the productive bullpen arms. And that's just where they're at. So like I said, there's work to do, and there's plenty of time to go and do it. You just got to stay the course, keep believing, and not really start pressing and trying to do too much.
LSU plays Oklahoma this weekend, a Thursday through Saturday series in Alec Box. The Sooners took 2 out of 3 against Texas A&M, both of those wins by 1 run. What do you know about Oklahoma before they face LSU this weekend?
It's a good ball club. It's an improved ball club from last year. They have 2 really good starters, one obviously being an ex-LSU ball player in Cam Johnson. He will be the Friday night guy or the Thursday night guy, I believe, if they don't choose to kind of switch the schedule. I think that's where he'll be. And then I think it's LJ Mercurius, who is also the Saturday guy, who's thrown very well this year as well. Look, they're a scrappy bunch. They're a good ball club. They beat a really good Texas A&M ball club, and they did it at home. So now they have the opportunity to have to go on the road and try to steal some wins from LSU. So it is the opportunity that LSU should want. It's the opportunity that LSU needs. It's a top 10 ball club that's coming in, and you go out there and you do what you need to do, and you protect your home field. You beat this team at home. I think the confidence starts rolling back in, because now you are thinking, yeah, well, wait a minute. We are who we thought we were. We're not dead. We're not done. And I think it's a good opportunity for them.
100%. Well, it'll be excited this weekend. We appreciate you making some time for us this morning and all the insight, of course.
Of course, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
Oh, there I hit 3 for 3. There he is. Oh, and shout out World Baseball Classic and Paul Skenes, huh?
Oh, beautiful. Wow. What a game.
Big
That's
time.
a great game.
It was excellent. I mean, 2-1. Pitching was dominant. And the Dominican Republic lineup is
Why don't we have any juice?
lethal.
Hey, Sidebar, you know what I liked about that game the most? You know what I really liked about that game the most? I got to appreciate. I want you to lock in on stuff like this, especially at that level. If y'all watch like the last the 7th, 8th, and 9th, so much of that game was played literally over the white part of the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guys on the mound, they weren't trying to miss. They weren't trying to trick you and going 8 inches off and 8 inches in. There was very few pitches I was throwing off. It was I'm either in the zone, I'm below the zone, or I'm above the zone. But I'm over the white. And I'm challenging you, letting you know I'm coming at you. And that, for me, I love that. Man, I love that. That's such high-level baseball right there. That is so much confidence coming from the guy on the mound, so much confidence from the guy at the plate, so much confidence from everybody in that situation where it's
good on good.
What on earth are you going to do with it?
Mm-hmm. It's because we noticed that we live streamed the LSU baseball game, and then we rolled into the World Baseball Classic, and we were just the high level of umpiring, that like the level that it changes so much, and how
don't tell it. Dad, trying to hear that right now.
It was one call.
The Soto and Perdomo call. They are not trying to. No high level umpire.
No, but it feels like it moves so much quicker, because you look at, like, I guess college level, and it's funny to see the level of competition change and the level of expertise whenever it's Major League Baseball umpires versus college umpires. Like, even that changes when you see like that level of baseball. You could obviously, it's hard to make this point after what the last pitch was.
Out.
Yeah, it was about 6 inches, 8 inches in thick, 6 inches in down. It was just missed. But I mean, you're Team USA and you're an American and whatever, call it. But I just felt like the game rolled by. Miami.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if the Americans felt like that was a home.
That was not a home game.
Not at all.
No. But appreciate you, Jay Mitch. We will talk later today, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Elite room.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, I did a Wyatt room.
Elite room. Now, we appreciate Jerry Mitchell, Jay Mitch, making some time for us this morning.
Man.
He is the best. I mean,
just rolled through a Vanderbilt lineup from 10 years ago.
2006, 2007. He starts going, and Lloyd looks at me like,
this is why he's on. You know more than I do.
Yeah.
Played against those fellas.
Yeah. I mean, that is true. That is true. But, no. And he was right. I mean, the competitiveness at the end of that game last night.
That's made it so good.
Was like, I mean, it's elite on elite. Like, you hear good on good a lot. That's elite on elite.
Fuck you, no fuck you.
I mean, like,
I haven't pitched around anybody.
No,
coming right at you.
Especially with it being like that. I can't get over the Dominican Republican lineup. Like, talk about no breaks. The
craziest thing is, like, I know baseball's 162. Whenever they want, like, any, like, high level athlete, whenever they try.
Oh, yeah.
It was in, like, who was it for the Padres shortstop? With the dreads.
Oh, Tatis?
Like, whenever he wants to roll, he can roll.
Did you see O'Neal Cruz?
What the fuck was that? 6'6", 250 running a 4, like, playing the wrong sport, cuz.
Yeah.
But, like, when he beat that, like, oh, my God.
It was a routine play to Bobby Witt freaked out.
Yeah, because he's like, what? Imagine being Bryce Harper. It's like, I can hear him coming.
He was...
But like that was when I would kind of made the observation of like, holy shit, if they did that and also, how did baseball get it so right to where it's 90 feet is the perfect distance?
It's the Skip Bertman quote.
Yeah, it's 90 feet. One hop here, one misplay there.
He's safe there. See, now you bobble the ball here.
It really is. He just does. What's the movie?
Which movie?
The football movie. When he gives the speech. Willie Beeman.
I'm knocking down all my... The Program?
It's not The Program.
That's an elite movie, The Program.
It is. No, terrible.
It was much worse the second time watching it.
What is it? What is it called?
I'm
It's got to be in
pulling
the
up.
chat.
Somebody's got it 100%, and that we should be embarrassed.
Cameron Diaz. Isn't it?
There's the beautiful mind.
That's right.
You working hard over there.
Al
We've got
Pacino.
0607 Vandy over here. We've got
Cameron Diaz. And
what, any given Saturday?
any given Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. Any given Saturday.
But that Skip gives that. He gave that
Netflix.
speech before the speech.
Yeah.
You got to fight for that inch. They're all around you.
You got to fight for that 90 feet,
90
60 feet.
Yeah, 60 feet, 6
100
inches,
feet.
8 inches.
I
This
can't
way or
believe
that
you-
way.
I can't believe you threw that in there.
I'd love to make Jared Mitchell be like, "Oh my god," because
You have many talents. That is probably your number one.
Because the best thing about it is during mic'd up, he's always on Zoom because he lives in Texas now, and Mikey will say something or I'll say something, and he's not on the screen, but I'm the only one that can see him, and he knows that too now.
Right.
And so he's reacting to something that
Y'all
is
are
said.
cutting eyes at each other.
Yes, we are. We're flirting over Zoom, and it's like I'm dying, and Mikey will eventually pick up on it at some point, and he's like, "What's so funny? What are y'all laughing at?"
That was the hardest part for me about coaching. Was we're in the locker room, Coach Oz will say something that's not inappropriate at all, but a lot of times when you're talking about sports, there are things that sound inappropriate.
Right.
And, our senior class was full of goofballs, especially these three, Jace, Luke, and JT. They would hear something.
And they've been around it for too long.
Right, and they've been good for very long, so they just they can get away with it.
Well, and they know that you know.
And so then once they figured out that I know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're in a tough spot.
I'm cooked. I was cooked. And I told them, I was like,
because I'm not a coach.
I told them, I was like, y'all have got to stop.
Can't get me in trouble.
Like, I have to be an adult. But, and so then it became, Coach would say something, boom, all three of them, boom, right at me.
you.
And so then I'm like,
not funny.
And then they started sending me like reels of like coaches saying things. Like this was, this was one that they had sent me before last weekend, where it was like,
all right, you're doing good. You just got to make sure you're coming, and when you come, you just get off of him and then blast him right in his face.
it's football talk.
Pound him and pound him and pound him, and you pound him so hard he's eventually not even going to be able to walk no more. Now go. What?
It's true.
I mean, it is.
And the funny thing is, it's your sense of humor too.
Of course.
But people wouldn't think, but until they know. But then becomes.
It's also just guys in general,
right? And they've been. What is this? Your third year?
Second. It was my
second year. So yeah, they've had 2 years.
Of course. And so then they realized
of you coming and going.
Like we're in the film room one day and like Keithan's playing very good defense on this guy. It's like tween, cross behind the back. He's like, I mean, look at Keith just sitting on it, and they lost it.
My, thank you.
They just lost it. And it was the funniest thing ever because like Coach Oz just like.
I didn't know what he looked like until I watched the game, and I was like, "Oh, that's Coach Oz."
Yeah. It looks
and
like
he
Coach
doesn't
K.
know.
It looks like Coach K.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he doesn't even know that they're laughing.
Well, he's learned now.
I would imagine.
Now he goes because now he watches himself. He no longer says coming; he says arriving.
Oh, nice.
Like he was like, I've had to completely change my vocabulary.
Yes, your dialect.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm arriving. I'm gonna arrive.
Shout out to the fellas, bro. I mean, and that's the thing.
You'll never stop doing it. Though. I
don't think because you felt it too when I was sending you the videos. We were in Natchitoches. That's the part that gets you every time.
Yeah.
Like, because I was debating last year, knowing we were going to start this at the end of last basketball season before the playoff run. I was like, this is probably just going to be a 1 year thing.
Well, it was like I'm just going to coach because my brother's on the team. Like this will be a fun.
Yeah,
role.
and they had asked, and I was like, no. I mean, this was, and then we go to Lake Charles, and you have the road trip. Like that's the reason you do it. Like,
yeah,
Lake Charles and the road trips, like that is the best.
Cut the nuts. You're like, I feel,
best.
it fills a void that is only there for like. Because once you stop playing,
because like
that's why people coach.
I was having a conversation with our AD before the game, and he was like, "No, I mean, even if you lose this game, like this is you got to get on the bus, you got to stay in the hotel,
have a sandwich.
It's the
you get to arrive.
The game day practices where you're and so like
it just feels different.
Yeah, we went to Barb's gym on the way, So we go look at Barb's baseball field, and they had a very nice basketball gym.
They have very nice everything.
Yeah.
But it is like you play for the playoffs. Like, because the slog of like a Tuesday, it's like whatever.
The Tuesday, Friday, and the weekend tournaments and all the.
But then when it becomes real, and you're like, this would be sick to win.
But then like the Nakata Central, like last Friday, before like not 2 Fridays ago, where we leave Thursday night, drive up to Natchitoches, you have the night in the hotel, got the whole day there, then you win on the road, the whole thing. You cut the nets down in someone else's gym, like
yeah, it still feels the same.
It still feels the exact same.
Like good, fuck them.
Yeah.
I want a dub.
Want a dub. But
yeah, it's cool to watch.
It is. It was fun. Yeah, no, I'm hooked now.
Yeah, no, dude, you're not quitting anymore. It sucks. You're gonna be the head coach at one point.
I don't know.
I was gonna retire after we go 13 for 13.
13 for 13.
We never do very well.
We don't do well when it's just us anymore. We've relied too much on the
they're
beautiful
smarter.
minds
Like
they're smart in odd ways. They are.
Right.
We have such a team.
We have a niche.
We do. Where's Jonathan? Have you heard from him? He followed Wyatt back on Instagram yesterday, so that was good. I was like, okay, sign of life, we're good.
He sent me a birthday present.
Oh, nice.
And I saw his mom twice and his sister over the weekend, but no Jonathan.
No Jonathan. He'll pop back in.
He'll pop back. You know, I think he. You know, this is where he resides.
I knew those three weren't showing up this morning though.
No chance.
When we left at 10 last night, I was like.
Wyatt was building in the excuse.
Wyatt said it. When he was I don't know, I was like, you're not.
Don't worry about
up.
it. Yeah.
Like, just sleep in.
Judge. Jury. Oh, this isn't hard, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either.
Right?
Yeah. And then Drake.
Josh.
Baker. Lamar, Jordan. Dynasty.
I learned about rotisserie about 2 weeks ago. So glad that
Rotisserie
happened.
chicken?
Rotisserie fantasy. That's what our fantasy league is for the LSU baseball team. It's a rotisserie league.
Okay.
I thought that Marcus just made it up.
The Jets just sent Justin Fields to the Chiefs?
He's going to do... Oh, man. Andy Reid's going to have a field day with that.
Yeah, but now who's the Jets quarterback? I guess we're going to draft one? They do have the second
Geno.
pick.
They have Geno. Which old is new again.
He went back to the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to draft one with the second pick now.
Whom?
Ty Simpson.
Oh, they're going to take Ty Simpson. Oh, poor thing.
He's cooked.
Yeah, I mean...
Hunter Hall, sorry.
I would legit be like, oh, God. What if they take Nuss?
Brutal.
He can't go there. He will not survive. He won't make it. He'll get chewed up and spit out. And that's not it. He just needs a break.
Well, he needs to go somewhere that's competent. He needs to go to the Rams with Sean McVay.
Yeah, he just needs something good to happen. He's had so much bad coaching in his life.
Who did the Vikings traded for Kyler Murray, or signed Kyler Murray?
Yeah. Interesting.
It is.
See how that works. I'm glad he didn't go to the Jets either. I don't think I like Kyler Murray, but
I didn't dislike him. I thought Tua deserved the Heisman over him. I thought Tua had it in the bag in 2018. And then Kyler won, and I was kind of surprised. But then looking back at it, I mean, Kyler
the numbers
was
are
very
crazy.
Good. But I guess because Tua was closer and it was Alabama, and I've been watching it differently. More
Who
so
won
than
in
Oklahoma.
18?
Who won the national championship? Clemson beat Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama.
I guess just because I'd watched Tua closer, I thought Tua had it in the bag.
And it was coming off his freshman year where he comes in and wins the national championship.
Right.
You're like, oh, God, fuck.
That was like peak tank for Tua.
Yeah, tank for Tua. And now nobody wants him.
And the Dolphins did end up with him. And now he's where? The Falcons.
Yeah, lefty.
Yep. Penix and Tua. Tua Penix.
Hawk Tua Penix. Oh.
I don't know.
Melissa Barrera and whom?
Okay, good thing it gave us her name. I had no idea whose face that was.
Is that the girl from the Penguin?
No.
She looks so sad.
The hair, it looks like the kid, like the dude from, like, The Good Doctor. Never watched it. I've just seen the commercials for it.
It looks like a real person.
No, it's not.
Elliot Page.
Or have you? What was it? Bates Motel? Is that the name of the?
Mm-hmm.
The Spiderwick Chronicles. I'm seeing his face right now.
I know who you're talking, and that's him.
It's him, but I don't know his name at all. Who's Norman Bates from Bates Hotel? Bates Motel. Never watched that either. I just remember the channel.
I watched a little bit of Bates Motel. He has sex with his mother. It's a bit of an Oedipus Rex spinoff.
Read that in high school.
Yeah,
Oedipus
and
Rex.
then that is why you should read books, because that twist, you're like, oh my fucking, oh wow.
Well, and then
He's gonna fuck his mom, isn't he?
Killed his dad.
And kill his dad, and he has no clue.
Nuh-uh.
What a women mean.
But it's like, when was Oedipus Rex written?
I don't know who thought of that. They need to be committed, or it happened to him. Or her.
Yeah, we're gonna get a bracket challenge. It's not open yet. It'll be open. We'll get it open today. I'll put it in the chat tomorrow. We'll be able to knock it out in the AM tomorrow.
Does anybody know who this is?
Who's this young man?
Oedipus Rex.
Who is Norman Bates? We'll go.
Freddie Highmore.
Is that who? Let's see if that's who we're thinking of. It's 100% got to be.
Yes.
So it is.
Is that who it is, though?
Yep. We nailed it.
Nice.
The Good Doctor, Bates Motel, Spiderwick Chronicles, 1, 2, 3. And he's Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Which one?
Not Willy Wonka. He was the kid in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh,
with,
really? You
with
take
the
this
grandfather.
and you run as fast as you can. That guy was weird as shit, too. And he never pops back up. Like, he seems like a villain.
The Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh. I meant the old one.
No.
That's what I'm talking about. Whenever he gets the golden ticket and that old man, like, stops it with his cane. And he's like, you take this and you run as fast as you can.
And there's the well, in this one, there's the grandfather that's been in bed for like 20 years.
Oh, yeah,
Just
then he
laying
gets
in
up
bed.
and does
And then he shows him the golden ticket, and he's like,
double
I'm dressed,
dutching.
let's go.
Yep. Piece of shit.
Terrible grandfather.
Yeah, he'd been living off disability.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, I was going to say the Saints was probably a second good guess.
Oh, he looked great
We
last
just
night.
watched him.
He looked excellent last night.
Was he a Brewer?
I have no idea. Gage, you're a little late there, buddy. I'd already said that's the kid from The Good Doctor.
Thanks, Gage.
Appreciate your input.
Well, see, the thing about Gage is he has good takes for the sports content, terrible at the trivia. And so now I just don't trust him.
Great for CAS Roofing and Advising, 225-489-1410.
He's gonna work hard today.
Yep. Managing projects.
Oh,
Pittsburgh Pirates.
Thank you, Johnny.
Good thing we have Johnny L. Goodson. Celtics first round pick later, a teammate of LeBron's, scored average of 18 points per game, helped St. Joseph score the 1 seed in the 2004 tournament. So 2004 tournament, he was a first round pick to the Celtics in like 05, 06, and then was later a teammate of LeBron. James Posey? Did he play for St. Joseph's? No. He played for St. Joe's. He went to the Celtics.
Is it, who was the center on the Heat? Howard? You know, the old man.
Jawan Howard?
Oh, he went to
He
Michigan.
was in the Fab Five.
Yeah.
Oh, Delonte West.
Oh, he fucked his mom.
I didn't realize he was a pick to the. I didn't realize he got drafted
Me
by the
either.
Celtics.
That's what threw
He's
me off.
homeless now.
Yeah.
You've seen the homeless videos of him? Looks, it's very sad.
He'd still beat me in one-on-one.
Yeah, he can still beat you one-on-one. He could beat me one-on-one.
Tricky dick. I'm not a crook. Richard Nixon.
Yeah, I mean,
Richard M.
I was gonna say Bill Clinton.
Yeah, oh, nice.
Thanks.
I not have sex relations with that woman.
Yes, you did, Bill.
Them young girls. Him going through the dock.
That was
that is a damning evidence. That was more evidence than the evidence.
The deposition.
Look at him.
Brutal watch.
No, it was excellent.
It's a tough watch.
Bill, fucking snap out of it. How about that? Let's not go down memory lane.
Hillary's deposition was rough too.
She's mean.
Yeah.
Big librarian energy.
You've got mail.
That's the best.
Introducing 2020 birthday.
I don't blame
cake
him for cheating on her. She's mean. So mean. But he could have picked better.
This is a Kit Kat. You can get a birthday cake, Kit Kat.
Kitty cat. Meow, meow, meow.
I could have put money on that. Friday Night Lights in season 4 as Vince, a troubled teen turned star QB before becoming an Oscar winner.
I didn't make it to season 4.
I've never watched it. Which is crazy for me.
Is it the redhead? He didn't become the quarterback, does he? You know what I'm talking
Who's
about?
Michael B. Jordan in Friday Night Lights? What's his name?
He was Voodoo Mama Juju. He came from New Orleans. Was that 2004? What season? I thought that was season 2.
I don't know.
It was Katrina.
It is Michael B. Jordan. Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like it had to be that he's.
Yeah.
Speaking of Oscar winners, I mean, there's not many of those.
Well, it's the other, and then there's the who's the guy?
Oh,
from Fargo.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, I don't remember. I never.
Why would
remember
Frito-Lay
his
do
name.
that? It's a waste of. That's too good of a deal. How are they making money? From game night? You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a weird way to catch me in a lie.
Never seen Dreamgirls. Former American Idol contestant. You watched Dreamgirls, Lloyd, 2006?
Only when I masturbate. Is this on? Oops.
Who would want a lemon Kit Kat is right, Hunter Hall. Would never
That's
eat
me.
a lemon crisp Kit Kat.
Nice. Cordell Music, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Delonte West, legend.
Jameer Nelson went to
Say, I know Jameer Nelson went to St. Joseph's, but he was drafted by the Magic.
Magic and beat LeBron.
Spoiled the Kobe LeBron finals.
Jennifer Hudson. Meow, meow, meow.
Oh, here we go. Sang by Celine Dion with music and lyrics by James Horner and Will Jennings.
James Hornier.
This song won the Oscar for the best song in
It's the song that they sing.
Heart Goes On, whatever. How did you sing it? What does it sound like? Where's Wyatt when we need it?
Yeah, this would be
sing-
perfect.
he would know it off 100%.
He's probably singing it, right? He can't stop humming.
Oh, he walked in humming a song.
We'll do it into the microphone.
Beginning by Joe, and so then I could not stop singing it. It was stuck in my head.
Near, far, wherever.
My heart will go on. That's what. Yeah, I said heart goes on. My heart will go on. I have to get that. My parents would be both my parents would be upset with me if I didn't
Nice.
get that right.
Good job, Johnny L. Great
My parents
performance.
love the Titanic, the movie. I've never watched it,
I hate
and
it.
I don't think I will.
There was nothing more disappointing than
Could fit on
it
that
was
door.
one of those blockbuster.com. But the parents were like, we have to watch.
Right.
It was that apparently that revered. And it was the time of VHS.
I do know he could fit on that door.
Yeah, Rose,
He could fit on that door.
she didn't want him to.
I know, but he could fit on that door.
I have a child. But it was so. This is before DVD. This is VHS era.
Right.
2 VHSs in that rental, and we got through the first one. I was like, oh, movie's over. I was like, thank God. Another one.
Second.
And I was like, oh,
I
God.
still experienced the VHS era. My
Yeah,
grandparents'
but I just
house
had
was
never
still
seen the
VHS.
2 VHSs, and I was like, God damn it, we have to watch more of this? Not good.
My grandparents' house was still VHS.
And I think my mom made me leave the room for the titty scene, so I didn't even get that. Paint me like one of your French girls. Didn't know that was in that film because I had to go walk into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Erect. Thank you. Good show.
Hunter Hall said, you only need one of those VHS tapes if you know what I mean.
Yeah. The best is that Nick Turaney from Barstool, his niche is the crash. He knows what the guy was wearing that hit the propeller.
Oh my gosh.
He like could tell you his outfit. I think he's wearing khakis, a red shirt, and life vest. But
Khakis, red shirt.
that
and
was
a
his
life
like.
vest.
So for this trivia game, everybody gets a niche category. That's his, and he can tell you everything about that entire scene. It's like you're so weird.
What would be your niche category?
Norwegian Lundy Hounds. Cool Papa Bell. That's my dog.
This is your dog.
Is my dog.
Yeah.
About to start bringing him to watch parties. Losing too much. Need a spark.
Yesterday was a good spark for us, though.
It was. But I'm just saying, if we need some ashes.
Yeah. Yesterday was a good spark. Went 2 for 2 yesterday. It's good. That was good. 2 victories yesterday.
The Team USA game never felt in doubt, but it was very much 2-1, and you could have lost
And there were
it
many
easily.
opportunities for them to win, for Dominican Republic to win that game.
And now, and then
Who do they play now?
because the other team is out, no Shohei,
Yeah, no Shohei.
and that was the Mike Trout Shohei Ohtani. That was peak,
Elite.
and now you have neither. So who's left?
They're waiting on the winner of Italy, Venezuela. And it'll be on Tuesday.
Is DeRosa Italian?
I have no idea.
Did he throw it on purpose for the?
I don't know what. All I know about him is that he's an idiot.
And he played ball, and he
did
wants
play
to be. He's doing what
He wants to be one of the
he's
boys.
coach maxing.
He wants to be one of the boys.
Well, yet when?
Yeah, that's what's important.
But he does. He just wants to hang out.
I
He was
just-
real. I
really
mean,
appreciate
he
the
just-
guys letting me be in the clubhouse, man. Laughing around,
having a
joking around
couple,
inside.
staying up late, having some beers with the boys. Fuck, feel awful.
Well, you should also know, Mr.
You do have to do a
Manager,
job.
that you need to win this game to
or else you don't get to
qualify.
hang out with the boys anymore.
Yeah, it's over. Like that, because that's the thing. It should be motivation.
Right.
I want to keep hanging out with the boys, so let's make sure I do this right.
Instead, I'm gonna get blackout drunk and set the lineup the wrong way because I knew who I was out with. They don't want to play.
Right.
And we already punched our ticket. No.
No, you didn't.
And not one single person on that staff told him otherwise.
Right. Yeah. Mm.
They don't deserve to win, but they might.
No, I mean that.
Is it best 2 out of 3 or just one game?
He's just one game.
Skenes is done. Kershaw retired. Who's left?
Pitch him.
Yeah, I would. DeRosa might put himself in the game. Let me get in that bat.
Roger Clemens, Rocket. You
Oh,
start.
Rocket.
Freaking Yeti Yard. I tell you, when I tell you, me and Wyatt were watching the Ole Miss Texas, and they hit a home run, and I heard the announcer say Yeti
Is it the
Yard,
same guy?
And it, talk about rage bait. I
Yeah.
got mad.
Uh-huh.
Like, Wyatt was like, what just happened? I was like, oh,
That was
it just
all.
makes
That
me
was.
so angry to hear it.
I hate that guy. I hate Texas baseball because of him. And
Yeah.
then they're smooching each other.
Yeah, they kiss each other through the.
DeRosa.
That was
would.
bad.
Yeah, baseball gets a little.
No, baseball's odd.
Yeah.
It's got yeah.
A lot of.
I mean, our favorite celebration is a
That's not.
man-on-man motorboat.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But
It's kissing.
that's the tip of the iceberg.
90% is still under the water.
Titanic.
Because what if they? Yeah, exactly. What if like they did do that? What if they just kissed each other on the mouth? Then what? Real conversation. You can't throw a penalty.
I think Christian's not here.
Thank you.
Christian goes, well, there's nothing wrong with, it's crumbled. He was on one yesterday, that's for sure.
He was great.
But
All right.
appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Good show.
Make sure FanDuel,
Mic'd
CAS
up.
Roofing and Advising, 225-489-1410. If you have any damage to your roof, I know there's some wind, there's some hail, all those things going on. If you see any damage on your roof, call 225-489-1410. Tell me you heard it here on Tingle and Go. Go a long way. And it can help you out, keep you safe. Because you don't want your roof to not be in good shape.
If you don't have your roof taken care of, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
It is. Shout out to the Titanic. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 to 10 a.m. Mic'd up tonight, 6 to 8. Lloyd, Mikey, Jay Mitch. Tune in. Check it out. We'll be back. See you
Jake
tomorrow.
Brown. What?